I'll be evaluating first and foremost how well your speech matched up with that objective. You discussed your previous experience leading events, establishing yourself as an authority in event planning and in leadership in general. And you talked about how you would do this specifically. Because you mentioned how oftentimes you see people going about it on their own. I'm so great at doing things, so I'm going to do it by myself. And you directly refuted that by saying no, by making it clear to us that you were going to first start by gathering a team rather than starting off on your own and doing all this work by yourself and then kind of shoehorning a bunch of other people in at the end. You would start with a group of people and use their strengths to work through your goal. So I appreciate you telling us that right up front, not only establishing your experience in event planning, but demonstrating that you have, of course, have that experience and are using it effectively. For developing your project plan, I might have missed it, but I didn't catch any specifics about your plan here, which is probably okay. You only have 5 to 7 minutes. I don't expect a whole bulleted list outlining your exact plan, but you did talk about what, of course, you wanted to do. Start a new club with a group of people with a particular goal of having that club be conversational in nature, unorthodox, which is very important. You talked about how you were going to organize your guidance committee and who you're going to populate it with, talking with other distinguished Toastmasters in the division and the district, and getting their initial ideas of how they can contribute to your idea, and importantly, where they're coming from, so that you can understand their preconceived notions and blow them away if you need to. Because you're doing something new and unorthodox, it's very important to make sure that everyone's on the same page. Because as distinguished Toastmasters, of course, they're deeply ingrained in the traditional way of doing things. They've been doing it for forever. It might be difficult for them to even imagine something different. So I appreciate you taking the time to make sure that, hey, this is different. Got to make sure everyone's on the same page. And as far as implementation goes, like you mentioned, you're in the middle of implementation right now. You'll be launching your club very soon. But I thought you did a pretty good job of adhering to the main objective of your speech. So next, I'm going to talk about the delivery of your speech in general. Of course, you're a master speech giver. All of the basics are taken care of. So I'm going to nitpick a little bit, and I'm going to refer back to your previous performances as a sort of relative measure. Everything was great as a baseline. We had no trouble understanding what you were saying. It was very clear, very easily understood, all that lovely stuff. But it was all very baseline. You didn't do anything special or anything full of pizzazz to enhance how you're delivering your objectives. Like sometimes you do, with wild gestures or fun pauses and playing with the audience a little bit. I didn't see anything special in that regard in this speech. There weren't any fun theatrics like I normally see. That being said, of course, it was very well given, but I'm nitpicking you a little bit. There wasn't anything extra. So that is my one and only criticism. It was a very well delivered speech that adhered perfectly to what you were trying to do with the requirements of the speech. But there was room for some extra pizzazz. And I know you're capable of that because I've seen that many times before. All in all, great job, Vivien. And I look forward to visiting that club soon. Back to you. Back to me, the Toastmaster of the day.